I was one time sitting on a House floor, and it was one of these personal issue votes, and I said, why are you voting on this? Why do you have to tell people what they can do all the time? And he, with a very straight face, honestly says, they're not smart enough to know. And I thought, isn't that a disaster? Sure, somebody might make a mistake, but what happens when that guy makes the mistake? You know, and believe me, there are plenty of mistakes. The whole concept of central economic planning is a big mistake, and that's why it has to be challenged. So I am a strong believer in our Constitution. Change it when we have to, but I'm a strong believer that free markets work. If that would be the case, if this would continue, that would mean that Americans don't have to work ever again. All we have to do is have the Federal Reserve there printing money. And obviously that can't work. And my greatest concern in recent months has been, of course, what everybody else is talking about, and that is the debt impasse, you know, in Washington, D.C. What are we going to do if we don't raise the debt limit? And we're at a point which is not unusual. It's happened many times before, when a government spends so much and gets in so much debt they can't pay it. When governments get this fall, the bad news is they always default. They always default because even though there's theory is that you could work your way out of it, and I work with the assumption that maybe we'll wake up, but history has shown that they always default. There's two ways of defaulting. One is the debt limit is not increased, and we quit spending, and there's not enough money to pay the people who owe, you know, the bondholders. That's not going to happen. That will not happen. We will pay the bondholders, and that'll be a different problem. And that's the market. The market is always saying when there's out of balance, too much spending and too much debt, the laws of economics say, well, you have to go back, withdraw and quit spending and go back to hard work and effort and savings. My position on foreign policy obviously has economic ramifications, and that is, if you don't fight wars that are undeclared, there's not very many wars are going to be fought if I'm president, I'll tell you what. And the president does have authority to move the troops. There's some things I'd be very, very cautious to make sure that Congress acts responsibly and put pressure on them to do it. But when it comes to troop movements, the president has the authority to move the troops. It's no declared war, so guess what I would do? I would bring the troops home. Yeah.
Unlimited printing of money, there's unlimited government, and that is what's happened in the last 40 years. Spending, deficits, intervention overseas, intervention here at home, endless entitlements. But it's all coming to end. This is what the financial crisis is telling us. This is what the financial markets are telling us. It is ending. But right now we're moving into the second phase of this economic crisis. We know about the financial crisis. We did everything wrong. We bailed out all the guys that were making a lot of money off and dumped all the bad debt on the American taxpayer. We are destroying the middle class and making it so that they don't even have their houses anymore. So now is the time that we have to offer an alternative. The only problem is that many who have been in charge and many around the world know exactly what we know. And they're making their plans too. They would like to establish a new paper standard under the United Nations. We can't allow that to happen. What we're witnessing is the failure of the Keynesian model for economics of excess spending and printing press money and economic central planning. And when you get rid of that system, what is left? Economic freedom, personal liberty, sound money, property rights, contract rights, and peace, because you have to stop spending the money overseas. This is a program that is clear and very certain that it can help, and it's not totally strange and new. It seems strange to us because we have drifted so far, but it happens to be the philosophy of America, what made America great. If you follow the Constitution, that's what you would have. So we see this as a great opportunity. What we're hoping for, and I make no predictions, but I certainly hope we do well tonight. Matter of fact, I hope we do very well tonight.
looks like we're going to get some rain.
Jess made us some good signs.
She did.
This was a little
Excellent.
weak stuff, but the other ones are really cool.
Well, Sarah made that one.
Top tier.
The other two.
Oh, there's words going in multiple directions.
Yeah, Ron Paul is top
It's just not
tier.
big enough, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Government and Media Lies, Ron Paul.
We switched, but it's open to, you know what I mean, suggestions.
Right, right.
So, yeah.
Try to get the main one.
We're in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and we all voted in the straw poll for Ron Paul, and we're protesting our media. So that we can get more coverage for him. I mean, we all traveled over 100 miles to vote for this guy, and they didn't even talk about him. There was like one interview.
Well, they're doing better these days because Jon Stewart caught them cold.
True.
Now they're constantly talking about what's his name, John Huntsman now.
John Huntsman.
John Huntsman? Yeah, they're constantly pushing Huntsman, and he's not going anywhere, you know.
Or that Perry guy. The gun-toting cowboy is what I call him. We spent some time down at the Gazette, and then we moved up here to KCRG, Channel 9.
Hey, we appreciate when they're... Oh, yeah, you're insulting.
Okay. KCRG won't tell you about it.
KCRG won't press the truth about much anything.